I think she's more on the climate bandwagon than getting our economy back on track. I think that's the problem.
I'm hopeful that she'll improve in her performance, but the impression of many of my friends and many of the people I talk to is of a very significant disappointment.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about Jyoti Gondek's performance this past year?
I think it was pretty good from what he's been doing so far. I don't know, he just seemed he seemed like a good guy. He seemed like he knew what he's doing.
I'm not a fan, all I know, but I'm sure nothing she's doing is good.
Mayor in Calgary, I'm not going to answer any questions. She's just a freaking
Angelica Toy for Rebel News in Calgary. It has been just over a year since Jyoti Gondek has replaced Nahi Nenshi as mayor of Calgary. When she was first voted in, she got 45% of the popular vote. Right now, she is sitting at 35% approval rating, down from 38% in the spring. And overall, about 55% of those polls disapprove her performance in the first year. Jyoti Gondek stepped into a conservative city that was run by a progressive liberal for 10 years, and she decided to run it even further left with some of her proposals, one of which included announcing a climate emergency in her first week in office.
This council is going to be asked to create a strategy to enable the return of economic prosperity while recognizing the climate emergency. These two elements are absolutely not mutually exclusive. In fact, recognizing the climate emergency is a needed step towards economic opportunity in a world that's focused on a path to net zero.
And right now it would seem that those efforts are wasted as we are heading into Alberta's coldest start to December in over 100 years. As Calgarians battle inflation and are still suffering from lockdown-related financial issues, we are seeing spikes from the city in places such as property tax and transit fares. Calgary is one beautiful city, and I'm sure everybody is looking forward to seeing it recover from these last few harsh years that we faced due to the COVID pandemic. So how do you feel about Calgary Mayor Jyoti Gondek's leadership so far?
I didn't think she handled the negotiations with the Calgary Sports Entertainment Corporation for the Saddle Dome, or the replacement of the Saddle Dome. That seemed to be a big flop. Other than that, that's all I know about her.
Been an interesting ride, switching over from Mayor Nenshi to Ms. Gondek. So we all, we're very much behind Mayor Nenshi, and now to see Jyoti Gondek coming in, and I like the principles that she's standing behind, and the immense challenges that she's facing. The interface with the province always seems a little bit rocky, but I know that she's working hard and diligently to make sure that she does what's best for Calgarians. So, that's my opinion so far.
And are there any specific things that you'd like to see changed or done in the city?
As far as, I think the continued growth, the recent announcements that we've seen, it's very unfortunate, some of the issues that she's been having to deal with within her own council, but that's I guess that comes with the territory as well. So no, nothing more specific that I'm looking for from our mayor.
How would you say Mayor Jyoti Gondek has done in her first year in office?
If you really want my honest opinion, declaring an emergency on climate within her first week was atrocious. I know me and my family didn't vote for her, but and I spoke to a lot of Calgarians, and they were not in favor of. I thought it was going to be more the other gentleman there. What was his name that was running against her?
I think it was Jeremy Farkas.
Yes.
Farkas. I voted for him,
I
and
honestly never heard of her until she got elected.
yeah, me neither. Never did
It's
hear
like
of her.
she just came out of thin air
Yeah.
and was appointed.
And Farkas, we've
That's
been
how I
following
felt.
Farkas for a number of years, and he's always been honest and true, and we supported him for a long time, and we're just really surprised that she got it. And I am disappointed. Like, they're spending time and money on the LRTs, and when they should be on so much other important things, like getting the pipelines running again here in this province. But I know she doesn't have much control over that. But
I think she's more of a liberal than a conservative, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
yeah,
Right away,
We're
you can
NDP.
you can
Yeah.
tell. Yeah,
yeah,
we're NDP. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, really haven't paid too close of attention. I'm not a fan, all I know, but I'm sure nothing she's doing is good.
Mayor in Calgary, I'm not going to answer any questions. She's just a freaking
I've been very disappointed with her so far. I think she came out of the gate in a very awkward and inappropriate way. declaring a climate emergency and $85 billion of money she has no visibility on. I think she's alienated her council. I think the whole council is dysfunctional, and I personally am very disappointed in her.
And are there any things in Calgary that you would like to see her do or change?
Well, Calgary has a lot of issues and a lot of challenges and a lot of intergovernmental issues that she's got to play ball with that our past mayor didn't do as well as they could. So I'm hopeful that she'll improve in her performance, but the impression of many of my friends and many of the people I talk to is of a very significant disappointment.
She did some awesome work at so the flood won't come around, but you know, the river is very shallow. That you know, to dig it out with a bulldozer or whatever, make it deeper. Mm-hmm. And they did. I'm sure if she did that, they'd never keep talking about her. Put it that way. They clean up the river.
It's okay. Yeah, couldn't be any worse than the previous guy.
Have you noticed any changes in the city ever since she's taken office?
Not really. No, same old, same old.
And are there any things you'd like to see her do or change?
No.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give her for approval?
For performance?
Yes.
Not good. I'm talking 1 or 2.
Not good at all.
No, not in favor.
I feel that she's not beneficial for Calgary for growth-wise and for economically. I think she's more on the climate bandwagon than getting our economy back on track. I think that's the problem.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about Jyoti Gondek's performance this past year?
I think it was pretty good from what he's been doing so far. I don't know. He just seemed he seemed like a good guy. He seemed like he knew what he's doing.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give her for leadership?
Guess I'd be somewhere around that 6 or 7 so far. So, yeah.
I would say she's not that much of a statesman, so I would rate her pretty low, below 5.
2.
I'd say about a 9.
9?
Yep.
6, maybe 7.
6, 7?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me today. Now, Rebel News does not get funding from Justin Trudeau's government. So if you would like to support us and keep us bringing you the other side of the story, please visit rebelnews.com and consider making a donation. Stay strong and stay free. For Rebel News, I'm Angelica Toy. If you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet, Rebel News has some amazing merch in store. It's buy 2 unisex shirts, get 1 free if you use the code CHRISTMAS. Head on to the store and fill your Christmas tree with some amazing Rebel gear. Have a wonderful Christmas.